Today we're here with this random stranger.
I'm random stranger.
Your name's Charisma.
My name is Charisma.
Does it get annoying when people are like, do you have charisma?
Yes.
I can imagine. Can you give us a brief life story from birth until now?
Oh my god. Okay, I was born October 7th, 2000. I'm a Libra. My parents split up like a couple years after having me, so I always grew up like back and forth, IE and LA. Hated the IE. I mean, much love because I grew up there, but also hated it.
I've heard people hate that.
Yeah.
For some reason. I like it that I got to raise a kid.
Yeah, Rob's from there. Wonder how he feels.
Oh, really?
Rob's from Rialto.
Wait, oh, okay. But I moved back to LA and I'm just here living my life, loving it.
What's your job here? What do you do?
I do bottle service. It's fun. I get to meet a lot of cool people and I love nightlife.
So you work 2 days out of the week.
I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days.
What is bottle service?
You just buy a bottle and you sit at the club and your little table, we bring out the bottle with like sparklers and a little sign, you know? I feel like sometimes it could be worth it if you have like a big group and you don't want to spend like so much money on each drink. You just buy a bottle and you're there to chill with your friends, party, your own little area.
All right, you're at the club, whatever, you're working. I know there's dudes hitting on you the whole time. How do you navigate that?
It's a smile and wave.
Is there a situation where like the world's most handsome guy is like, hey, what's up? Have you ever met a dude at the club?
No. Even if I did meet like a cute guy at a club, it's like, it's not like an ick, but it's just like, I'm not gonna meet somebody in a club.
So you never been on a date with a guy from the club?
Absolutely not.
Let's say, I know you've been to clubs without working, and are you looking for a man there? Like,
Maybe the girlies and even the guys can relate. Like when you meet somebody in a club, like you're there to dance with them. It's maybe like a one night thing, but you know, like, okay, we had a cute little night. We're going our separate ways. Like, you know, nobody really takes that seriously.
what's your dating life been?
I'm too young for a boyfriend right now.
Okay.
I'm not dating. I feel like I'm definitely the person that it needs to happen organically. I'm not on dating apps. Like I can't meet somebody in a club per se, or even like go on a date. Like,
Do you have guy friends, like a bunch of guy friends?
I do not.
Oh, okay. do you think men and women can be just friends?
I do.
But
You?
Nah, not at all.
Oh.
Again, this is a highly contested topic on our channel.
Why do you think that? You don't think that we can be friends?
I could be friendly with anybody. I think people take it, okay, ready for this? To anyone watching, basically, all right, they say men and women can be friends. Yeah, it's all cool. Like, you're immature if you think that you can't, whatever. And I'm like, to all the people with happily married parents, whatever, how many times has your mom hung out with her guy friends? Assuming that your parents are happily married, they're together, they're not separated or anything, they don't. And then they go, well, that's different, she's married, but then I'm like, well, that just proves my point. If there's something intrinsically off, people, a man and woman hanging out, like if the woman's married, the guy's married, it's weird.
Okay, I guess there is like a fine line, and because I'm not in a relationship, I can have guy friends, you know, like not even like entailing like there's anything more to that, but like I'm comfortable coming here, hanging out with you guys, you know, like it's not a big deal, we're friendly, like we can go about our day. If I was in a relationship, would that
See what I'm
still
saying?
stand?
Are you coming
know?
over to film? I don't know.
And that's the thing, it could, because let's say, oh, we're business contemporaries,
Yeah.
it's purely for content, whatever. And we've had that before where girls had boyfriends and then they would come and film a video or skit with us and it's all cool. If you have a man, hypothetically, let's go into a crazy dream realm and we're dating, and I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna go hang out with some of my girlfriends. You'd be like, no the fuck you're not. Who? What? Girlfriend? Like, it's nice to say. And I would also say, people use the word friend very loosely. Some people are like, well, there's friends that you go to the club with, and there's the friend that you study with, and there's the friend for this. Whereas me, I don't view it like that. I view it as like, if you're my friend, you're someone I can call in the middle of the night to kill a spider for me or something.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, but in situations like maybe you grew up with somebody and like you guys are just besties. You and this girl like grew up together. There's no sexual tension. Like there's cases like that.
I would say that it's not like a 100%. It is physically impossible for a guy to be friends with a girl. And in situations like that, yes. And I've grown up with like certain girls from my childhood, whatever.
Yeah.
But even them, I'm not calling them like, hey, and what's been up with you? The problem is girls can absolutely be friends with a guy, but guys typically will feel more attraction to the girl. And you said you don't have many, or do you have like 1 or 2 guy friends?
Not somebody that I'm gonna call in the middle of the night or like call and be like, oh my god, I need advice, you know?
Because if you said, oh, I have 1 or 2 guy friends, I could guarantee that they are way more interested in you from like a romantic standpoint, but they don't say that. They just hover in orbit. If you were to say something like, oh, let's go do this, they're kind of just waiting. Men could be friends with a girl if she's not attractive. Again, those are more rare too. Let's say it's transform you into a guy and we're friends.
Okay.
And then you have a girlfriend. I'm not friends with your girlfriend, but we could be friendly.
Or if you're dating her and she has girlfriends, now you're friends technically.
It's just one of those things where, yeah, girls will think they have guy friends, but the guy really is orbiting. If you called him and said, hey, I'm trying to do something, I'm drunk right now, all of your guy friends would turn into potential partners. So if you left Noah and me in a room together, no boundaries need to be set up. He doesn't need to tell me, and here's where I stand with you.
That's putting it into perspective. I do get that.
Last thing I'll say, there's no evidence in terms of, I believe it's called paleontology. I think that's just a study of like fossils. In all of human history, like studies and stuff, there's no evidence that shows that men and women behaved in a platonic manner through human evolution. It's a newer concept. The same way like even monogamy, like humans having just one partner, is a newer concept in terms of the long human history. Basically, I just follow like the science and like history and like the facts and stuff and statistics, but I'm friendly. And I have contemporaries and I have, they're like, oh, is this girl named P.O Cocaine.
I just watched that video. I watched one of your videos. That's yeah.
You watched that one. Thing. So she's a lesbian. That's where it becomes like, oh, we could be true friends because I'm not attracted to her in the slightest.
Like you said, there's no boundaries that need to be discussed.
Boom.
Okay.
You get it. See, I converted you. We were getting back to your life. Can you take me back to like middle school?
I feel like I grew up in the suburbs. Like my life was very like, I don't want to say uneventful, but just like I was in cheerleading when I was in high school, cheer captain, ran for homecoming, like pretty like.
Ran for homecoming?
Yeah.
You didn't?
I got nominated.
Oh, you didn't? Oh. Like homecoming court.
I was homecoming queen.
Oh, you were?
I'm totally kidding. I'm sorry, Angie. No, it was literally her that won. You know, like I got to do the whole flow and like everything.
You secretly hate Angie.
No, I love Angie.
But okay, you were on the court. That's all.
Yes, I was on the court. I lived out my princess dreams. No, it was great. It was fun. High school was like pretty standard. I don't think that I started like actually living life until I graduated. Like I think that I started like having so much fun, meeting the best people, because I also didn't know who I was in high school.
Facts.
I had absolutely no idea who I was. Like I feel like I was just like not even a people pleaser, but also like just morphing into like everybody that was around me. And like now I'm starting to figure out who I want to be, what I like, not even who I want to be perceived as, but like who I am deep down, you know?
Yeah.
And like after high school, life is just the journey of like finding yourself.
That's interesting because we interviewed a bunch of high schoolers one time, and you start to see they are empty vessels in a way where they're people, obviously, but they don't have identities per se. It's like we say, what's the most interesting thing about you? They're like, I play volleyball. I don't know.
You can't blame them though either, yeah.
Oh, you can't blame them. Me and Noah are pretty cool. I mean, that's a different story though. You gotta do shit to get a personality.
Oh, 100%. Back then, I feel like you struggle with like you said, like identity and just like who you are. And confidence is the biggest thing. I feel like I struggled so much with confidence just because I didn't know who I was. And I feel like when you get to know yourself, you learn who you are and you become more confident in who you are. Like can we talk about the video that we did earlier?
That's allowed, yeah.
Okay.
Talk about that.
Like the video
No, don't talk about that. Why would you fucking say that?
Like it's a different day. But the video, like, you know, people staying in and like being quote unquote delusional, I think it's just them being just so confident in who they are, and like even if it is delusion or whatnot, like they know like, no, in this world I am the hottest person, you know? Like maybe the world doesn't perceive that to you, but like if your inner world tells you that, then like so be it. Like how does that, you know what I mean? Like
because the video that you're referring to, it's when it might be up right now, y'all can go watch it. We reacted to 100 strangers had to decide who was the most attractive person in the group, and then people thought that they were attractive when we saw that they didn't look attractive as they thought they were. I was gonna ask another question. Were you popular growing up in middle school, high school?
That's such a hard question.
And to cut you off before you even answer, every time I ask this question, people always say, I wasn't like that popular, but like everyone knew me. Everybody says that. Is that the case here?
Like that's so like, what even is popular, you know?
Like Noah was popular. Everyone knew Noah.
Like there's an unspoken thing like that guy.
It's like you know if you're that guy.
You know you can think of 3 guys, 3 girls that everybody knew.
And like they would have.
But then there's people you walk past every day where you don't know their damn name for the 4 years.
Okay, people knew me and I knew people.
That's humble. To get on homecoming, you had to be popular.
If you're doing cheerleading, you know all the sports people and the sports people know you.
I was in a lot of, you know, I was in cheerleading, I was in theater, I was in class council. Like I knew a lot of people, and a lot of people knew me.
Did you have like an ugly phase, a fat phase?
Yes. My ugly phase was definitely in middle school. All the girlies were hitting puberty. Like, I was late to the train. I was just this tiny little, I mean, I was a child, but like, you know, everybody was like, all the girls were like becoming more developed, and I feel like I was like the little ugly duckling that like kind of straggled behind.
You look like the cinnamon stick from the Apple Jacks.
No, literally, no, 100%. I didn't start developing until high school, and I think that's finally when like I grew a little bit more confident.